Then you see a pack of Hell's Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars, because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out there.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Chattin. 2011. Came out of there, I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about a man who was arrested for vehicular homicide for crashing a motorcycle. We're going to talk about this dirty guy, and we have a bunch of different things to talk about. So before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, so you could get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother's sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. I got some major interviews in the works right now with some pretty well-known figures. Like, this next guy, huge, millions. You guys will see who it is very soon. Probably by Friday, you'll see who it is. I got big things in the works, so you guys are going to be quite happy at the selection that I'm making in the next round of guests and things like that. Shout out to everybody that comes on the show. I try to bring you a variety of people. I have a new series that's coming out called Prison Stories, where people who were convicted of crimes get to tell their side of the story. There's a couple of people that were convicted of homicide. One guy he's convicted, so he killed his best friend by accident in a bar. His friend was a female in a bar, and he tells me the whole story, how the gun fell out of his pocket. He went to grab it and it went off, boom, and hit her in the head, killed her instantly. He made some bad decisions after that, and we talk about that. Another story is this kid who was convicted of killing his girlfriend. She was hit in the head 10 times in the head with a hammer, and her body was dumped in an abandoned amusement park, and he was arrested for that and convicted. He tells me his side of the story. I uploaded some shorts of that today. If you guys want to check it out, it's a pretty wild story, and he tells me the whole thing. That one's this guy. His name's Sean, and the young woman passed away. It's a sad situation. And a lot of people are dealing with deaths recently, I've noticed. And it's just crazy, especially around this time of year, to have people pass away. This is like the time of year that you don't want to be dealing with that type of stuff. So I'm sending prayers and condolences to all the people that have lost somebody this year. If you're dealing with loss, it's the roughest thing you could deal with, especially this time of year. It's not a good thing to deal with. So sending prayers out to anybody who is dealing with that type of stuff. Shout out to everybody that watches this show. I really appreciate you. We're going to roast this dude right here. So this guy, he deserves a woodchipper. We're going to get into his story. He is a member of a club, but we're not going to mention the club. The club name really doesn't matter. I mean, people slip through the cracks, right? This guy is just a predator. And I'm very sure I speak to a lot of people. I got a lot of respect for this club and all the clubs out there. They 100% don't agree with this. So, and we're going to talk about it. Bam, just landed another interview. Huge interview. You guys are going to like that. It's going to be a funny one. It's pretty funny. Let me give some shout outs before we get started. Tommy, what's going on? Says Woodchipper. Definitely the Woodchipper. Give him the Woodchipper for Christmas. Great present for this guy. Definitely deserves it. I mean, no questions asked. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. If you guys haven't checked out Patreon, go check out Patreon. There's a lot of exclusive content over there that you can't see anywhere else. The only place to see it is Patreon. So go check it out, and it will definitely be worth your while. If you want to go check out the Patreon content or join the membership like Jack did. Jack got a membership. Thank you for getting a membership. I appreciate it. If you guys want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App. It's Chatting with Staxx. Every dollar goes right back into the show. I put it towards a good cause. Sometimes we go out and get presents for kids during Christmas time. I enjoy doing that, making someone else's Christmas a little better. You know, if you're out there and you're struggling, just know someone out there is struggling worse than you. Like, they can use the help. Some people don't have money to eat. Some people don't have money for toys and things like that. So just know that you're not at the bottom of the barrel. If you're struggling, someone else is out there struggling too. So give someone else a hand. You know, people can use it. Ra-Ra's in the building. What's going on, Ra-Ra? How you doing? Thank you for joining me. Virginia Chaos. Shout out to Virginia Chaos. Congratulations on the Hall of Fame. Keep up the good work. You earned everything that you got. Keep pushing and don't let up. 100%. It's a very, I love what I do, and I'm just getting started. Randy, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. I want to give a big shout out to Randy Marshall. Without him, it wouldn't have been possible for me to get that Hall of Fame induction. It's a huge, huge accomplishment on my career. Wait till I get the trophy. Wait till I get this big ass trophy. It'll be right here and it won't leave. I will carry it around with me when I go grocery shopping, everywhere I go. Mountain Woman, how you doing? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you. Shit, I lost my sister in a crash. That's terrible. My pops with a heart attack and my mom from breast cancer, all in 6 years. This time of year is rough. I know firsthand, but you got to keep pushing. 100%. You got to make your family that's not around anymore, make them proud of you. That's it. Make them proud. Do something to make them proud. Jimmy Mack, what's going on? Thank you for joining me, Jimmy Mack. Insane Wheels is in the building. Shout out to Mike Ball, another one. Very appreciative for him and his friendship. He's helped me along the way, and I am honored to call him a friend. He has, you know, some people are very, when you come on the scene of a new genre and you appear there, some people are like standoffish. They don't want to fuck with you. This guy has opened his arms to me. He treated me like a friend, and I got nothing but respect for Mike Ball. Shout out to Mike Ball. Sick bastard, what's going on? Mike Ball raid, I appreciate that. Pada DX, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. I got to figure out that raid thing so I can do it to other people. Steve, what's going on? Good morning. Incoming Mike Ball raid. Shout out to Mike Ball. I really appreciate you, man. No joke. Demo, good morning. How you doing? I appreciate the Mike Ball raid. You have no idea. That's TMC. How you doing? Mike Ball raid. Everybody's here for Mike Ball. Nothing but the utmost love and respect. Thank you. Appreciate that. I really appreciate the kind words. Hey, it's honest, man. It's from the heart. Big Staxx and crew, West Coast, Ontario, checking in. Shout out to Kurt. What's going on, man? Wait until you guys see tomorrow's show. You are gonna laugh your asses off. Can you guys guess the name? Donnie for Mayor. Yep. Donnie for Mayor is the name of tomorrow's show. Let me see if I can get the... It's pretty funny. Apparently, some people can't take a fucking joke, but hey, they got no choice but to take it. It's not a dick. Don't take it so hard. It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard, bud. You know what I'm saying? It's all fun and games here. We're just listen, I got respect for everybody. You joke around, it is what it is. People seem to think it's something different, but it's not. It's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. The dopest news in the nation. Thank you, man. Joe, what's good, man? Thank you for joining me today. So we're going to start this off. This is tomorrow's show. Donnie for mayor. Oh, yeah, Donnie for mayor. I would have liked to see Donnie follow through with his words, you know, the call out, but instead, no deal. But that's okay. That's on him. That's his business. It is what it is. I mean, so we're going to talk about this guy first off. So this guy, he's in some shit. Dunellion man charged with DUI death of motorcycle passenger. Dunellion man was arrested and charged last week with negligent homicide resulting from a motorcycle crash that resulted in his passenger's death earlier this year. Jerry Allen Tolk, 60 years old, was charged December 1st with vehicular manslaughter in the DUI-related death of Virginia Lynn Redding. The Beverly Hills woman was 54 years old at the time of her death on June 7th after succumbing to injuries sustained in a crash. Let me show you guys a picture of the victim. That's her right here. So Florida Highway Patrol, this is Beverly Hills, Florida, I believe. Florida Highway Patrol crash investigators state and Tolk was inebriated and riding too fast during the time of the accident. According to court documents, the motorcycle wreck occurred on May 25th around 11 p.m. on State Road 44 in Lisacan, just east of Cactus County landfill near South Had Terrace. Probably butchering that, but whatever. Tolk was driving a 2020 Harley Davidson at the time. He was driving a street glide eastbound on State Road 44 with Redding as his passenger when court records state he lost control of the motorcycle after failing to negotiate a curve on the highway. And that's the most dangerous thing when you are going around a corner and you can't handle it and you end up going off the road. You can hit a guardrail, tree, anything that's in your path. You can get thrown into oncoming traffic. Anything can happen, and it's very dangerous if you cannot handle, especially being under the influence of anything, alcohol, drugs. It's just not a good thing. It's not a good recipe. Don't do it. Always be sober if you're going to ride a bike. Florida state troopers stated that the crash occurred. The motorcycle was traveling in the southeasterly direction within the center median, and the Harley left 112-foot tire marks when the vehicle overturned and both occupants were thrown off the bike. Tolk was transported to HCA, Florida Bayonet Point Hospital in Hudson, while Redding was transported to HCA Florida Ocala Hospital. The Citrus County Sheriff's Office deputy told troopers that Tolk had a strong odor of alcoholic beverage on his breath at the scene. Witnesses told troopers that Tolk and Redding had been drinking at the bar. So somebody told on him. And listen, with this social media shit going on and this day and age, you can't do shit. It's all on video. You type a text message, you say something in the phone, it's all being recorded all the time. So just don't be stupid. This guy, obviously, he over or underestimated what can happen when you drink too much and you have a passenger on your bike. I mean, you're responsible for someone else's life when you put someone else on your bike and you're under the influence. So the witnesses told on him straight up. He had a strong odor of alcohol on his breath at the scene, and witnesses told troopers that he had been drinking a lot at the bar in Hermosa. Hospital records cited that state troopers claimed that Tulk had a blood alcohol level of 0.181. 0.181. And when his blood was tested shortly after midnight following the crash, shortly after her death, Redding's family and friends had celebrated her life for her there in Citrus County. And in her home in the state of Ohio, a fundraising effort has been set up to aid the family in handling the loss. As of last week, more than 80 people had contributed at least $6,000 that aim to help with the funeral, travel, and probate costs, as well as attorney fees. I will put that fundraiser. Let me see if I get it for you guys. I got it right here. That's terrible. They raised $6,115. And if you guys want to share, I will give you the link right now. I mean, it's terrible. They lost their loved one right around this time of year. I mean, it was earlier in the year, but now they have to deal with all the expenses. Hey, what's going on? Popcorn's in the house. Shout out to Popcorn. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you. Damn, what happened in the chat? The chat's gone. Here we go. Let's go. Shout out to John. Steve, what's good, man? People are so sensitive. 100%. Staxx, I lost a job once because they told my coworkers, don't be a bitch. Oh, man. You're watching too much of my show, man. My little bro gets out today. Gonna test. Hell yeah, man. Hey, the best thing to do when you get out of prison or anything like that, stay sober. Stay sober. I'm telling you, man, it could change your whole life. You have a chance right there to start over. This woman never gets this chance again. We all have a chance, you know? So they said shortly after her death, they celebrated a celebration of life. They got $6,000. They aimed to help with the funeral costs, travel, and attorney fees. Redding's daughter said that she was very grateful that there was so many here in Citrus County and elsewhere in Central Florida that helped her and the rest of the family navigate her mother's loss. So now this guy is going to end up dealing with fucking negligent homicide arrest and probably going to get convicted. You know how it goes. If you guys haven't seen, if this guy didn't do it, he definitely heard about it. If he didn't do the shit, he heard about it, or he knows what the hell is going on. Definitely. What do you guys think? So the Warriors of Chaos is a motorcycle club. Shout out to them. The Warriors of Chaos motorcycle club. Their toys to help kids in Pittsburgh. That's a noble cause. We're going to take a look at a video of them doing that. And shout out to anybody that helps out kids around this time of year. It's a great thing. A lot of motorcycle clubs are doing it. Shout out to the Hells Angels out there in, I think it was Frisco or Fresno. They donated a bunch of bikes and things like that. I like to see that. A lot of these clubs are doing that over in West Virginia. I've seen some in Florida, different states. And and shout out to the Cossacks over there in Texas. They had a fundraiser going on. They had a wrestling event and all that. If you or you know a motorcycle club that is doing something like this and helping the community, let me know and I will post it. You can hit up my email at billstax2021@gmail.com. And I like to post the good things that people are doing out there. It's not all about the negative, you know? So let's take a look at this video.
Some young patients at UPMC Mercy got a pretty cool surprise today. For the 6th year, a motorcycle club hauled in a load of toys specifically for kids at UPMC's only burn center for children. Barry Pintar was there when the toys arrived.
Yeah, you can see going on behind me here with Big Green and Elf, keeping an eye, making sure it's going. A really important operation, though, here, making a huge difference to pediatric patients.
Hey, Farty Small, shout out to the Bay Area.
These kinds of season. This, though, a little different. These motorcycle club members are adding festive hats to their leather vests and patches for a very specific type of kid in a hospital, one who has gone through traumatic burn injuries.
The kids, we get so many kids that come in after devastating accidents, injuries, many of everything in a devastating house, or the things that are meaningful to them.
Mercy sees hundreds of kids a year as the only hospital in Western Pennsylvania with both a level 1 trauma center and comprehensive American Burn Association burn center.
And anything special can make their lives better, their holidays better, for their families, anyone that has to deal with this type of situation, we want to be part of making them happier.
Yep. And back to these tough-looking motorcycle riding donors, they do it all under the radar, truly selfless.
They say the warriors of chaos are the true definition of charity. They have never asked for one iota of any recognition at all. They come and they do it just because they want to help children. They've never asked for name recognition, a plaque, nothing.
Then allow us to recognize and say thanks, warriors of chaos, for making this unique, powerful, and meaningful difference for the little ones who are dealing with so much. You can see some of the last of the unloading going on behind me here. I think it's also important to note that these club members aren't only bringing them toys one size fits all. They actually work with the doctors, the nurses, and the staff to find out not only what the kids want, but what they need. Reporting at UPMC Mercy, Barry Pintar, KDKA TV.
See, that's a great thing, man. If you are a part of something like that, let me know. I will report on it. It's not all about the negative things, like I said. I like to report on the positive things that are going on. But today, we're going to talk about this guy. He's disgusting individual. He deserves a woodchipper for Christmas. And so a 43-year-old Key West man, a member of a motorcycle club, was arrested again on December 8th, 2025. This time he's charged with soliciting S online from a person he believed to be a 14-year-old girl. Derek Marshall Queen was charged Monday with obscene communication with a minor, lewd and lascivious behavior towards a minor, soliciting a minor for prostitution, transmitting harmful material to a minor, use of a two-way communication device, and facilitate a felony and destruction of evidence. Queen contacted an investigator working undercover online as a chat operation. The investigator was posing as a 14-year-old girl. Queen propositioned them for S, repeatedly acknowledging that the undercover investigator perceived underage status and sent several images of himself exposed and masturbating. The investigation of the crimes against children is a top priority for me, said the sheriff, Rick Ramsey. Whether by individual or group, I will not allow them to prey on the most vulnerable among us. Queen has a lengthy criminal history. Most recently was arrested in Monroe County Sheriff's Office in March of 2024 with two other members of the club he's involved for beating up a rival member on Big Pine Key. He was charged with kidnapping, false imprisonment, battery, and robbery. Also in 2024, Queen was stopped in Miami-Dade County and was arrested for illegal possession of a firearm. How the fuck did they let it get this far? I mean, what the fuck? He was also arrested in 2019 for simple battery, illegal possession of oxycontin or oxycodone. This case is a result from a joint operation with the FBI, Homeland Security investigators, and the Naval Criminal Investigation Service and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. His bail is set at $1 million. So he's probably not going to go anywhere for Christmas, but this guy needs to be off the street. Straight up dirtbag shit. And I don't care. Any club member out there, I guarantee you they don't agree with any of this type of shit. And if he does hold a patch, I'm sure they will do the right thing, right? I'm sure of it. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it's fucking crazy. The world is turning into a crazy fucking place. It really is. And people that prey on children need to be not running around and be able to do that, because it's insane. And the level of stuff that's going on in the world today is crazy. It's just crazy. You guys can agree with me, right? Let me see something. All right. This is out of Canada. Shout out to Canada and everyone that watches from Canada. Big respect to everybody out there. I know I got a lot of viewers from over there. Criminal group linked to Ontario hospital shooting, Quebec homicide dismantled, police say. 13 people arrested, over 150 charges laid. A criminal network allegedly responsible for the most violent crimes in both Ontario and Quebec have been dismantled after a multi-jurisdiction investigation resulting in 13 arrests, over 150 charges laid. Police representatives announced Monday at a news conference in York Regional Police Headquarters. This wasn't a traditional street gang, rather than a coalition of men from different groups and locations who would align themselves for profit motivated through violence. York police said they told reporters that the alleged violence includes a shooting into a crowded emergency room in London, Ontario on December 2024. And that is insane. Somebody shot into a crowded emergency room in London, Ontario. Other crimes include a homicide investigation in Rimouski, Quebec in November of 2024, an attempted shooting of a man in his driveway in Brampton, Ontario in December of 2024, the shooting of a man in a crowded parking lot in Mississauga, Ontario, December 2024, an armed robbery at a bank in the GTA York region of December 2024, a robbery at a cell phone store in Markham, Ontario of December 2024. It looks like these guys are on a rampage, huh? These acts were brazen. They were brutal, and they are completely unacceptable, York police chief said. When it comes to committing violence, these suspects certainly did not discriminate. They showed complete disregard for the value of human life. And they left hundreds of victims in their wake, identifying the patterns. Officials from York Police, as well as police forces in Peel, Toronto, London, was part of the investigation, which included Ontario Provincial Police. 6 search warrants were carried out at 5 locations over the last several months. As a result, laid over 150 charges have now been laid, linked to 13 people, police say. These incidents seem to be unrelated at first, James said, but through analysts and information sharing, investigators identified patterns that linked them together. These groups recruited and exploited young people, using them as drivers and lookouts in some of the cases, using them directly in criminal activity, James said. What emerged was a view-aligned criminal organization with clear structure, he said. The core group of older offenders who handled elements like sectioning targets, getting access to weapons, managing money, and coordinating transportation, while younger groups supported them by carrying out instructions. You see very impossible, very impressionable, vulnerable youth being groomed to join this group, James said. Teens as young as 14 were involved, investigators said. Money was a big factor in the recruiting of youths involved. He said, while higher ups in the enterprise recognized that the young people were likely to spend much time in jail or spend less time in jail if they were arrested. It's a mixture of things, but ultimately, you're seeing kids, 14 and 15 years old, who are being dragged into horrific violent situations, he said. At the news conference, London police chief laid out how the city was shaken by the brazen targeted acts of gun violence on December 14, 2024, when multiple rounds were fired at the doors of a London health science center. Emergency department. A pursuit through the city ended at the entrance of Victoria Hospital emergency room department, a place that is supposed to symbolize healing, safety, and trust, he said. 4 guns were also seized as part of the investigation. Investigators say they are still searching for a 19-year-old man from Hamilton and a 24-year-old man with no fixed address as part of this case. Now, this case is it's pretty big. So London police charged 2 second teenager in Victoria Hospital shooting at the ER. The suspect is currently in police custody in another jurisdiction on related charges, police say. The 16-year-old boy has been charged with attempted murder in relation with the shooting that happened outside of a southwestern Ontario largest emergency department. The teenager, who cannot be identified under the Youthful Criminal Justice Act, is currently in custody in the jurisdiction outside of London, where he faces charges related to different matter. Police said Thursday, London Health Science Center was the site of a shooting that happened around 2:30 a.m. on December 14th. A truck pulled into the emergency room bay, smashing into a cement pillar. A second vehicle arrived. Multiple shots rang out, police said. An 18-year-old man from Brampton was charged with 6 counts, including attempted murder in January. Donnell Josick. Levi Porter was also in custody in different jurisdictions, charged with home invasion and bank robbery in the GTA jurisdiction. Process of Levi Porter is set to begin in November, police said, with a preliminary hearing. The hospital shooting left people scrambling for cover inside the emergency room and renewed calls for better safety measures. The hospital intern head, David Masuski, moved to install metal detectors outside the emergency room. How's that going to work? What would it matter if there was a metal detector there? It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. They would have did the shit anyway outside. What do you think? They're going to go through a metal detector and then do the shit? No. Doesn't work like that. That is a idiotic way of thinking if they think they're going to install metal detectors and all of a sudden it's going to take care of the problem. No bueno. Nope. London police say the 16-year-old was charged with the following charges: attempted murder, occupied motor vehicle with firearm, possession of restricted prohibited firearm knowingly, not holding a license, failure to comply with sentence. And there's going to be more to this story as it unfolds, and I will bring you guys the information as it becomes available. Craig, how you doing? It's pretty crazy. And aren't weapons illegal up there in Canada? Like, you can't have firearms up there? It's I know it's a touchy situation. I think you can have a license or something. I don't really know the laws up there, but prayers to you, Virginia Chaos. Yeah, man. Sending prayers. Is that ACAB Power Staxx? Another, I don't know. They didn't say the name of it. But we're going to talk about the war that happened between the Hells Angels and the BMF. I'm working on that right now. I'm getting you guys a lot of information about the whole crazy war that happened. That's an insane story with Ice Pick Trammell, and it's a pretty crazy story, and there's a lot of information, and we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna break the whole thing down. I'll probably butcher a lot of the names, but you know, I'll do it to the best of my ability, and I'll bring you guys some entertainment while doing it. But I want to give a big shout out to Rusty Dusty over there on Facebook for giving me a shout out and all that, man. I really appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to Sean. Damn, I always butcher his name too. I'm a hack, man. What can I do? I think it's Rispitol. I'm a complete hack. Complete hack. But I got some good interviews lined up for you guys. Matter of fact, let me see if I can play you guys a couple of these shorts from the up and coming show that I got going on. Yes, I can. You're right on the gangs versus club thing. Rules not the same. 100%. The rules aren't the same. They don't care. They don't care about, oh, you're with your kids, you're at your house, you know. There's supposed to be rules to shit when things are popping off. But when it comes to the gang shit, they don't give a fuck. They see you out with your wife and kids. They don't care. It's not going to matter. So it's a different game, and it's a game that a lot of people don't want to play. And I think it's very disrespectful to go at somebody when they're with their family or where their family stay at. It's just, you don't do that type of shit, you know? So this is one of the shows that I got coming up, right?
Have the news going on here painting a story, you know, like if you're only hearing one story and it's slandering that one person, it's not easy to follow the mass thinking, you know, like we see it all the time. The first story that gets out, the popular story, that's the one everybody wants to go with. And then if you think differently, you're ostracized, you're hated against. Have the news going on here. Like I said, there was another person's DNA found. They never investigated that. That coworker that was the one that got her pregnant, they never looked in. Whenever they went to ask him questions or to interview him, he quit his job and moved. Like I said, there was they didn't investigate anything. That coworker that was the one that got her pregnant, they never looked in. They like, what? You got to pursue that. At least hear what he has to say. And then you have the neighbor that breaks.
Here's the magic pen.
This whole time, did they ever offer you a plea agreement?
My lawyer actually brought up coming to them with a deal, talking about 15 to life, you know, but like, I'm not taking a deal if I didn't do it.
This whole time, did they ever offer you a...
You're telling me in a crime that's so big, so high profile, you failed to take a fingerprint? You know, how do you have a murder case and you don't have fingerprints taken? You don't have DNA evidence. You have somebody's DNA found, but you don't know whose it is. It's not mine, but you don't know whose it is. That's huge. You're telling me in a crime that's so big, that was my thing.
So you ended up getting sentenced to 29 years to life, so you possibly could spend the rest of your life in prison.
Yes, they also charged me with a RVO, which is a repeat violent offender. And the only other charge I have in my life is from when I was 18, and that's that burglary charge. But I guess they consider that a violent charge because it was a felony too. That was my thing.
So you ended up getting sentenced to...
So that one's going to be dropping later in the week. I hope you guys like that. I have part 3 tonight. You don't want to miss that. Give a little bit of support and share this video because it needs to be known that Mikey Cup is being railroaded. The feds straight up lied, and they want this woman to tell a different story. That's not true. So share this video. This guy should not be in prison. And don't forget, I got 1/3 of the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood I interviewed. That one's going to be dropping. It will be on the members. If you guys want to see it first, join the members. It'll be dropping very soon, probably in the next day or two, probably tomorrow. I'll probably drop it tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. What's up, everybody? It's Bill Staxx from Chattin with Staxx. Today, I'm going to be interviewing Jimmy from the Twin Outlaw Brotherhood. Stay tuned. It's about to get real.
Hey, folks, what's up? It's Jimmy from the Twin Outlaws. I'm here sitting chatting with Staxx.
Yeah, it's going to get crazy. I hope you guys like this show. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. If you don't like this show, you already know what to do. Start your own fucking podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. Remember, if you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App. It's Chattin with Staxx. Or you can donate through Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chats, Zelle. Join the membership. Join Patreon. Patreon's a lot of exclusive content. And the war that happened with the Blood Family Mafia and the Hells Angels, the Blood Family Mafia recorded them torturing Hells Angels. And guess what? I got the video. It's on Patreon. Go check it out. I appreciate all you guys. If you like this show, you know what to do. And you know what to do if you don't like this show. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later on. And remember, don't be a bitch. Peace.